In this video, we're going to take a look at the all-new gunsmithing tool sets from Wheeler. Gavin Gee here from ultimatereloader.com. You might remember a while back, I went to Moab with the team from Wheeler. We had an absolutely amazing adventure when they launched their rebrand for their whole lineup of tools. Let me show you some highlights from that. Okay, during that trip, I got this tool set. This is literally our most frequently used tool set at Ultimate Reloader. And back when we hosted the Rock Chalk Olympics, literally everyone was grabbing this kit and using it to swap scopes, to mount scopes, to do basic tasks with gunsmithing. And you can tell because of all the dirt caked on here, it's been all over the Ultimate Reloader property. This is the 55-piece gunsmithing set that was offered by Wheeler. Here we have all of the new stuff, and some of these sets combine multiple sets that I had previously. So we have the Space Saver set, the Hex/Torque set, the gunsmithing set, and the F.A.T wrench set. This is all really good stuff. I'm going to remove the packaging and we're going to take a look at what's inside. Then we're going to do a couple scope mounting jobs. Well, this is the sets out of their packaging after opening these boxes, which by the way have very nice updated latches. Look at that. The previous boxes did not have this nice of hinge and didn't have this type of articulating latch. I just really like the way that these work. The handles are nice. I really like their more natural color scheme on these with kind of the copper and the black two-tone with the light gray for some contrast. Okay, so I'm going to read from the packaging to tell you what's in each of these sets. Okay, the Space Saver set is going to be the one that is going to fit pretty much anywhere you need it to, including in a vehicle. This would be great for like a glove box, something like that. So we've got 16 hex bits from 1/16 to 3/16 on the SAE side and 1.5 millimeters to 6 millimeters on the metric side. We've got 6 flat bits for straight slot screwdriver type action, 8 Torx bits from T15 to T25 and from T6 to T10. We've got 4 different Phillips bits from 0 to 3. That is a good range of tools for a basic set. Okay, so that was Space Saver. Now let's move on to the Hex/Torx set. So we've got 32 hex bits from 0.028 inches to 3/8 of an inch, from 0.7 millimeter to 10 millimeter, 18 Torx bits from T15 to T30 and from T1 to T10. I believe those are the 2 different sizes that we've got here for the drivers. We've got 6 flat drivers for straight slot screw capability, 5 different Phillips from double-aught all the way up to number 3, and then we've got the loopholed scope base specialty driver. So this set, I think, offers really, really great functionality because you've got small, you've got large, you've got all the different types, and you've got 2 different types of drivers. This small driver has a spinning base on it that will kind of ride in your palm and is really easy to work with small fasteners really quickly. And then it's got the normal bit holder that is going to just magnetically have things pop in like that. And what I like about this packaging, I can feel right away here, is that the bits come out easily. I do not like any kind of tool set where the retention is too aggressive. I don't want to have to get a pry bar out to get my tools out of the set. Okay, so next let's move to gunsmith. Okay, the gunsmithing screwdriver set has 8 hex bits from 1/16 to 3/16. It's got 3 Torx bits from T10 to T20. It's got 54 flat precision hollow ground bits, 5 Phillips bits from 0 to 3, and number 2 long, which is a specialty driver. And we've got 14 specialty bits with all sorts of different functions here. So we've got the Redfield windage adjustment, the Ruger base pin, Mauser stock bolt, the Millet rear sight, the M1 rear sight, the S&W rebound spring compressor, Glock front sight tool, 1911 grip bushing. I've used a lot of these recently for my other sets actually. Loophole scope base grip bushing, push pins ×4, that's good stuff. And the tool for Ruger/Weaver scope rings. So this is where we get into more of the specialty tools, and honestly to have multiple sets is the best answer. But if you're at your gunsmithing bench and you're going to be performing these types of specialty tasks, this gunsmithing screwdriver set looks really good. Okay, let's move on to the fat wrench set. Okay, the fat wrench side obviously has your fat wrench, which is an adjustable torque limiting screwdriver. I use this all the time for scope installs, for the ring bases, for the ring caps. This is really, really handy when you need that precise level of torque control. But it also has a number of nut drivers. It's got from 3/16 to 1/2 inch on the SAE side, and it's got from 5mm to 12mm on the metric side. It's got 3 square bits from number 1 to number 3. I actually use those quite a bit. It's got 28 flat precision hollow ground bits. It's got 5 Phillips bits from number 0 to number 3 and number 2 specialty long. It's got 13 Torx bits from T5 to T10 and from T15 to T40, 26 hex bits from 0.05 inches to 3/8 inches and from 1.5mm to 10mm on the metric size. And it's got 5 specialty bits, loophole scope base, and then 4 push pins from 62 thou to 1/8 inch. Really good stuff. Okay. So that gives you an idea of all of the tools that are included in these sets. Next, let's install some scopes so we can put these tools to the test. So this is the rifle we're going to be working on. This is the full custom 22 GT that I built on a Bumblebee Action here on the channel. Definitely want to check out that story. This is an amazing rifle, and we just unboxed this Cronus ATS thermal. That's right, we're going to go night hunting, hopefully get some coyote here. It came with rings. I just looked up the torque specs. So we've got 65 inch-pounds on the base here, and then we've got 18 to 20 inch-pounds for the ring caps. And these use a T15 Torx. So I'm gonna get that bit out. I'll get the fat wrench out. And if these haven't been pre-torqued, I kind of just like to use them by hand. It's the fastest thing. So we'll get these lined up. Put that a little bit forward. There we go. And I always like to push forward on the ring so that it's going to seat how it will contact under recoil. Go ahead and do the same thing for the rear here. Okay, put that where that needs to go. Should be good. Back there. Check where we're going to be at. Yeah, I think that should be pretty good. Push forward on it. Crank it in. All right, now our scale on the fat wrench goes from 10 to 65. I'm going to put it at 60. So I'm going to just pull this out. This locks when you let go of it. We're going to crank it in a tightening motion until we get to 60. Oh, we already went past it. We'll go just about 62 or so. Okay, so it reads 62 inch-pounds. That should be good. And then we're going to go ahead and torque things down. Okay, so we've tightened down the ring bases. Now we're gonna remove the ring caps. Okay, we're gonna set the scope in place. The first step for leveling is gonna be to get the rifle level. And I'm just gonna put a parallel here on our Picatinny rail. Okay, I like that. Then we can ideally use the bottom of the scope as another reference for level, right there. We'll of course double check that again after we get the ring caps on. One of the ways I like to get the gaps even is to pull down on one side and then to screw down on the opposite side until you see the gaps roughly equal, and then to just get things finger tight on both sides. Rifle is still level. So our Picatinny level and the bottom of the scope now agree, so the scope is level. Now we're going to back the torque off and do our 18 inch-pound sequence on the ring caps, going in a crisscross pattern. Okay, so our scope install is done. So just to review, for this particular scope install, we used the professional F.A.T wrench screwdriver set. I like to have a parallel on hand because you can get in there to the Picatinny rail and put a level on it, and I'm using the level from this Wheeler scope level set. So these are kind of the tools, basically all the tools that you're going to need for a great scope install. So I did another scope install after the one I showed in this video, and again, it was easy and straightforward with these tools. Totally love it. Look for these tool sets in upcoming videos. I really like what Wheeler did with the packaging. It just looks really attractive, and the thoughtfulness of the different tools that are included are awesome. So here's my question for you is, are you using Wheeler tool sets? If so, which ones are you using and what are you using them to do? Drop a comment and we'll start that discussion. That concludes this video, and that means it's time to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, where we've got unrestricted content, and Instagram. Make sure to follow us on all those channels. Ultimate Reloader also has a commercial solutions division serving law enforcement, the military, and the gun industry. We have some unique capabilities, including a comprehensive suite of recoil testing and evaluation capabilities, trigger profiling, and more. If you're interested in custom rifles like what we build here on the channel or gunsmithing services, you're going to want to go to rifles.ultimatereloader.com and get on the wait list. If you want to learn lucrative gunsmithing like what I show here on the channel, including building custom rifles and Cerakote plus a whole bunch more, you're going to want to check out the Colorado School of Trades, schooloftrades.edu. Thanks again for watching.